Hey Mallards, it's Friday and I want to talk about the last episode of WandaVision. If you haven't watched the finale, then I'm gonna spoil you, so you should either stop watching this and watch the finale or proceed at your own risk and know there will be so many spoilers. I really enjoyed it. They wrapped things up way better than I thought they would. Like, I had a lot of concerns going into the last episode because I felt like episode 8 blew things pretty, like episode 7 and 8 sort of like blew some stuff wide open that I was like, wow, how are you gonna close this in literally a single episode? But like, they did, and I'm very pleased with how it ended. Obviously there's still some like open-ended questions because it's part of the MCU, so like there's gonna be a continuation, but I didn't feel like they didn't deliver on anything that they had suggested during the course of this actual series, which I thought was really, really cool. Like, I felt like every little bit and hint and things paid off, and I really, really, really enjoyed this episode a lot. There were a few really wonderful moments. I thought it was interesting that suddenly this whole thing became an action movie. Like, it's been like a very like comedy, like a dramedy, I guess, a family dramedy, literally up until this moment. And then they were like, all right, so we know that you guys enjoy the emotional stuff and that's been really, really good for this series, but also these are superheroes and they really should beat each other up. And then boom, like they just went at it. They were like, let's blow up everything, cause mayhem, and have huge fights. And that was really fun. I thought that the Agatha-Wanda fight was entertaining. And when Wanda was like shooting and missing, I was like, this is weird. Like, why does that keep happening? And then when she revealed the runes just like on that whole world she built herself, so good. Like, so smart and clever. And I love watching Wanda like learn and clearly come back to herself. Her realization of what was actually going on with the families was really sad. I feel like she really didn't know. Like, she knew that her power had caused this at least a little bit, but I feel like she was mostly repressing that. And seeing it all laid out was really sad. But I also like that Monica recognized, she was immediately like, yeah, but if I could do what you did, I would bring my mother back. Like, I get it. I totally understand why you did that. Because if I had the power and I could do what you did, I would have just done it. And I liked that a lot too. Like, it felt very good to see that recognition. And I thought that the vision encounter was also interesting, like the conversation they had. And I feel like that vision flying off bodes well for a future encounter between Scarlet Witch and Vision, which, you know, I want, because the romance is sweet and because Wanda deserves some happiness that's not created by her own magic and causing harm to others. That'd be great. And so that was interesting, and I will be curious to see if he shows back up. It's also nice that they didn't really take Agatha out of play. Like, she's here, left in Westview, but she's definitely not completely down for the count. So that's kind of fun and leaves it open. And then obviously, like, Monica Rambeau has got her powers now, and that's super cool, and they're going to send her off into space, and I don't know what's going to happen, but she's obviously going to hang out with Nick Fury, and that's very exciting, and I'm really, like, looking forward to where they expand her. And I'm also really looking forward to, after seeing WandaVision, like, I was pumped for Falcon and Winter Soldier because I love Bucky Barnes and Sebastian Stan, like, a lot. And so, like, I'm already on board, but I'm now very excited for the potential stories that they can tell, judging from what they've done with WandaVision and, like, how they have narrowed and also widened the scope of things. And I'm really curious to see where they go with the Scarlet Witch in the future, because now, like, they have let her actually come into her powers, and, like, there's literally nothing Wanda can't do. She is the most powerful being in the universe. And now she knows it. And I'm so excited for that in the future. And they'll obviously need to, like, build up the villains a little bit more to make her more powerful to match. My brother and I were talking, and he suggested that maybe she'd end up being the villain at some point, and that would be interesting, but I would be kind of upset if that happened, because it's been twice now that Wanda has been like an accidental villain. I guess in Ultron it was a little bit more purposeful, but when she realized like the bad things that were happening, she turned. And in this, I also feel like she was an accidental villain. Like her emotions got away from her in the same way that they did when she joined Hydra. Like it was anger then, and here it was grief. And I don't want that to happen again, because I feel like that's a disservice. So I'm hoping that what happens in the Multiverse of Madness is that since she's more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme, Strange needs help and brings her in. And through that, she's able to get to a universe where, like, Vision was around and Tommy and Billy exist, and, like, maybe she can get her sons that way, because they're definitely not taking them away, which is good, because I want Young Avengers. But I really liked the way that the rest of that wrapped up. I want more Jimmy Woo, obviously, and I absolutely want more Darcy Lewis. Still a dream of mine for her and Peter Parker and Carol Danvers to hang out and just be sarcastic at each other for a whole movie. Like, just the three of them in a movie. Doesn't even matter what they're doing. Just them hanging out in a room, I'd watch. And it was really fun. I'm very happy. Ooh, and I don't think, I maybe mentioned this earlier. I don't know. I've talked about it a lot. But the new outfit is so good. Oh, I like it so much. The collar, I love everything about it. Not particularly a cosplay person, but that outfit made me want to be. I'd wear that. It looks, it's so good. It's just a very nice outfit. And I loved the transformation, like when the headpiece started to form, and I was like, oh, yes. It's just so pretty. And I really liked the opportunity for Wanda to come into her own. And I don't care that she's OP. They'll evolve the Marvel Cinematic Universe to keep up with her, because, like, she is just this powerful in the comics, and she's not OP. I mean, she is OP, but, like, everybody's overpowered, so it doesn't matter. And so I think that they're just gonna run up to meet her. And I was also talking to my brother about this, is that a lot of the people who are not super overpowered are, like, part of the old regimen and are, like, not coming back. So, like, Doctor Strange has a new movie, is super overpowered already. Like, Captain Marvel is also very powerful. And, like, Scarlet Witch is very, very powerful. So, like, a lot of the characters that are coming into play already are really powerful. And you can still build to villains that are scarier and scarier and scarier. We got a Galactus potential. I personally would love an Onslaught. Because I personally would also really love a Heroes Reborn storyline. I think that would be really fun in the films. And, like, the thing about Heroes Reborn is that it has the opportunity for them to just completely rewrite the whole universe if they want to. And that could be really fun. I thought that the Evan Peters, like, him just being an actor who just lived there, was fun and a little funny. I'm a little bit sad that he's not really Pietro from another universe, but he's still, like, I'm gonna hold out just, like, a little bit that he still could be. But only time will tell. So let me know what you're most excited about for the future of the MCU, having finished WandaVision, what burning questions you still have, and how you feel about the finale. And I'll see you tomorrow.